rising population of stray dogs in Yangon, residents have begun to see the issue of overpopulation as a concern for their safety and a disturbance to their lifestyle. According to the 2014 World Health Organization report, an estimated 600,000 citizens in Myanmar seek medical treatment and precaution for injuries caused by these stray dogs. The Yangon City Development Committee, in attempts to control this, took matters into their own hand in an unsustainable manner. Are there any sustainable alternatives to provide a safe and healthy environment for both citizens and animals in our city? Or could there be a more ethical way to go about solving this issue? That is something that I've been researching and learning more about in the past 6 months of my life. My name is Steven, and I'm a travel and lifestyle filmmaker. And for the past 3 years, I've been working on commercial vlogs and all-around travel content. So how did I come about assembling a team to produce a film about this troubling issue in my country? To explain that, I gotta take you guys back to the very beginning. It all started on an early morning in downtown Yangon, where my friend Myat decided that it's about time we do something to contribute and help raise awareness about this issue. That's when she hit me up and gave me a phone call. Hey dude, what's up?
Hi Stephen, I was actually wondering if you would want to work on a documentary on stray dogs in Yangon.
Yeah, that sounds sick, dude. You gotta tell me more about it though.
So there are lots of them on every street and no one seems to be doing anything about it. I think we should work on it, let's do something. Are you down?
Okay, hold up. If I'm gonna be tackling this issue, I knew I couldn't do it alone. So I decided to build a team that can help me make this documentary a reality. This is my buddy Tuta. He's a filmmaker, a sound designer, and an all-around comedian. And he's made some viral skits in the past, so I thought it would be a great idea to bring him on the project. Later that day, Myat introduced us to Tondri. She's a volunteer at Yangon Animal Shelter, and after talking to her and doing some research, we decided that it would be best if we could check out the shelter for ourselves. The next morning, we packed our camera gears and met up with the team. Tondri introduced us to Mrs. Terrell Just and a team of people who have been volunteering at Yangon Animal Shelter. It's pretty wild to see how many people are volunteering and giving their best effort into running the shelter. Alright, it's gonna be a long ride, so let's send it. So, Mrs. Jess is gonna go rescue a dog. We're trying to figure out where it is. I think we're trying to look for like a white little puppy. Apparently it got abandoned. Aww. He's so friendly.
We have another section for, we basically range them by like age. So the hooligans are over there, they're like around teenage. And the ones we have here are a little bit older. This is Nikki over here. She's really playful. They're all just really friendly. So this is the puppy section. We had them when they were so little, but now they've grown up so fast. And I mean, dogs, they grow a lot. And they're just running around everywhere.
After a long day at the shelter playing with the rescue dogs, we finally got the chance to sit down with Mrs. Just and talk to her about why she started all of this in the first place.
I'm Terrell Just, and I'm one of the founders of Yangon Animal Shelter. I came to Yangon as a teacher, and right away I noticed the stray dogs everywhere, and it really bothered me. And I slowly started feeding a few on the streets, rescued a few, found homes for some. Some I brought home, and I still have to this day. And eventually, I met this one dog that was really skinny on my way to school every day, and she was just really special. And I started feeding her and got really attached. And she was an older dog. I could never really touch her, but she still trusted me to feed her. And then her family kind of came out of the bushes, and I started feeding all of them. And it was a daily ritual. And then one day, they were all gone. And I talked to one of the little guards around that area, and he said that they'd been poisoned. And after that, I was totally devastated. I hadn't realized that that's their form of poisoning, of controlling the stray dogs. And that's when I kind of made a decision that, there were no shelters at the time, and that we really need to have a shelter, because that's what I've seen in other countries. And so another fellow teacher and I started the first shelter. The mission of the shelter is to take in, dogs that we see that are really in trouble, that are injured or sick or under big threat of poison. Bring them in. Of course, we spay, neuter, and vaccinate, and then we really try to find them loving homes. When that doesn't happen, that's an issue. When we first started the shelter, we thought, okay, we can, we'll build a shelter, we'll get, max 40 dogs, and we'll have a quick turnover, we'll get adoptions, take in some more. And we started off with one dog who was pregnant, and then we had 5 puppies. And then soon we had 10, 20, 40, 70, 120, and we were full.
As you can see, many of the dogs here are injured or paralyzed by human activities, such as car crashes. And vice versa, having strays on the street can also be dangerous for humans as well, because we don't know the behavior of each and every one of these animals. We don't know how aggressive they can be. We don't know what diseases they may have, such as rabies. Especially families with young children, they should be able to go out without having to worry too much. So really, we should be able to proceed towards a safe and healthy solution for both humans and the stray dogs.
I've learned that one of the biggest reasons we shouldn't have these dogs on the street is due to the risk of rabies infections.
Okay, so now I'm going to say one little thing about the salad. So now I'm going to say yoga and better yoga so virus yoga po immune system virus yoga po to to the ဒါမှမဟုတ်လို့ရှိရင်တို့ရဲ့ယောဂပိုးကူးဆက်နေတဲ့သတ္တိတွေတည်ရည်ထိမိခြင်းအပြင်ကျွန်တော်ကူးဆက်ခြင်းခံရတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်။ယောဂလက္ခဏာတွေကဘာတွေနဲ့တူလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တုပ်ကွေးဖျားသလိုပဲဖျားတယ်၊ခေါင်းကိုက်တယ်၊လူကနာမငြိမ်ဖြစ်တယ်၊ကိုယ်လက်တွေမအီမသာဖြစ်တယ်။အဲ့ရနေတစ်စင်တစ်ဖြည်းဖြည်းနဲ့မျိုးချရတာအစာမျိုးချရတာခက်လာတယ်၊ရေမျိုးချရတာခက်လာတယ်။သူတစ်ဖြည်းရေပေါ့အရေကိုကြောက်လာတယ် hydrophobia လို့ခေါ်တယ်။ရေမျိုးချရရင်ခက်ခဲလာတယ်ဆိုတော့ရေတောက်ဖို့ညှင်းဆန်လာတယ်ပေါ့။တစ်ဖြည်းဖြည်းနဲ့အဲ့စင်တက်ပြီးတော့မှာပဲနောက်ခန္ဓာကိုယ်မှာကြွက်သားတွေ immune system ကြီးခိုင်ပြီးအသက်တွေဆုံးနေတဲ့အန္တရာယ်များပါတယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီအန္တရာယ်များတဲ့ခွေးယောဂါကာကွယ်လို့ရတာကာကွယ်လို့ရပါတယ်ကာကွယ်မှုပမာဏဘယ်လောက်ထိလဲဆိုကျွန်တော်တို့100%ကာကွယ်လို့ရရတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီခွေးယောဂါဟာကာကွယ်ခြင်းနဲ့ရပဲကျွန်တော်တို့ကအဆင်ပြေနိုင်တဲ့เนาะပြည်နိုင်ပါတယ်အခုတစရာနည်းလမ်းကတော့မရှိပါဘူးခင်ဗျာ
In attempts to control the stray population and the risk of rabies infections, the Yangon City Development Committee performed dog culling. The footage you're about to see may be disturbing to some viewers. This is the fallout of a mass poisoning in the city, and the harsh reality that these dogs have to go through before their inevitable death.
So the method they use here is dog culling or poisoning, and they've been doing it for years, and therefore we know for a fact it doesn't work. Dog culling is really inhumane. The dogs suffer a lot, and oftentimes the dogs that are killed are dogs that really have owners. Maybe it's not a house with a yard and a fence, but it's the tea shop guy. It's the little lady, vegetable lady, and she's fed that dog and taking care of that dog. That's her dog. So when they come and do a mass poisoning, in reality, I mean, they're killing their pets. They're not in their yard, but it's their pets. So it's inhumane to the dog, it saddens many people, and it just doesn't work. Bottom line.
Due to the backlash of the general public as well as the ineffectiveness of this method, YCDC no longer performs dog culls. Since then, they've been practicing the spay, neuter, vaccinate, and release method. Despite their best effort, there's only so much you can do with very limited budget when there's over an estimated 300,000 dogs in Yangon. I wanted to confirm this, so I reached out to YCDC hoping they would be kind enough to let us interview them. Fortunately for us, they agreed.
ကျွန်တော်ကတော့ရန်ကုန်မြို့တော်စီပင်သားရေးကော်မတီပြည်သူ့ကျန်းမာရေးနဲ့ဈေးများလုပ်ငန်းတာဝန်ခံအဖွဲ့တိရစ္ဆာန်ဆေးကုနှင့်အသားထုတ်လုပ်မှုဌာနမှလက်ထောက်ညွှန်ကြားရေးမှူးဒေါက်တာလူမင်းစိုးဖြစ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာမြို့တော်နယ်နိမိတ်အတွင်းမှာရှိတဲ့ဒီလေလွင့်ခွေးတွေကနေပြီးတော့ဒီခွေးယူယောဂမကူးစက်ဖို့နဲ့ဒီလေလွင့်ခွေးတွေကြောင့်အများပြည်သူအနှောက်အယှက်မဖြစ်စေဖို့အတွက်ကိုဒါဟိုတောက်လျှောက်မှာကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီခွေးလေးခွေးလင်းတုတ်တင်ရှင်းလင်းရေးခွေးလင်းခွေးလင်းထိန်းချုပ်ကောင်းရင်ရှော့ချရေးပေါ့နော်ဒါကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကဟိုနှစ်ပေါင်းများစွာကျွန်တော်ဆောင်ရွက်လာခဲ့ပါတယ်ဒါလည်းကျွန်တော်ဌာနရဲ့တာဝန်ရှိတဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်အဲ့လိုဆောင်ရွက်တဲ့အခါမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ကရှေ့ရခင်ကနေပြီးတော့ဟိုဒါဟိုဒီလေလွန်ခွေးတွေကိုကောင်းရင်ရှော့ချထိန်းချုပ်တဲ့နေရာမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဒါအစိတ်ဆေးကိုအသုံးပြုပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရှင်းလင်းတုတ်တင်တဲ့နည်းလမ်းကိုနှစ်ရှည်လာမယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဆောင်ရွက်ခဲ့ပါတယ်။မွေးမြူရေးနဲ့ကုသရေးဦးစီးဌာနကကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီတိရစ္ဆာန်ကောင်းရေးစီးရင်ကောက်ယူခဲ့တဲ့စီးရင်ရတနိုင်ငံလုံးမှာလေလွန်ခွေးဒီ3 သန်းကျော်ရှိတယ်လို့သူတို့ဟိုထုတ်ပြန်ခဲ့တာရှိပါတယ်။အဲ့ဒီမှာ80%ဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒါလေလွန်ခွေးများဖြစ်တယ်လို့ပညာရှင်များကခန့်မှန်းထားတာရှိပါတယ်။အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ရန်ကုန်မြို့တော်နယ်နိမိတ်ရဲ့ population လူဦးရေနဲ့ဒီခွေးကောင်ရေနဲ့အချို့ကျွန်တော်ပြန်တွက်ကြည့်မယ်ဆိုရင်လေလွန်ခွေးကောင်ဒီ3 သိန်းပတ်ဝန်းကျင်မှာကျွန်တော်တို့ရှိပါလိမ့်မယ်
With that amount of stray dogs in Yangon, it really does seem like an impossible task. And you're not wrong, it will be incredibly challenging. But we have to do something. We can't be having these stray dogs running around the street. We have to find a more humane and ethical way to go about solving this issue.
So what we realize is that the way to do it is to do the TVNR, which is trap, neuter, vaccinate, release.
ကျွန်တော်ရှင်းမတင်ပြသွားသလိုပဲကျွန်တော်တို့ရန်ကုန်မြို့တော်စီမံသားရေးကော်မတီအနေနဲ့ဒီလေလွန်ခွေးတွေကိုကောင်းရင်ရှော့ချထိန်းချုပ်ဖို့အတွက်ကိုနီလန်းတွေဆောင်ရွက်တဲ့ခါမှာဟိုနီလန်း6လမ်းနဲ့6နီးလောက်နဲ့ဆောင်ရွက်နေပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီခါမှာအခုကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီခွေးမျိုးပွားထိန်းချုပ်မှုပေါ့နော်မျိုးပွားထိန်းချုပ်မှုကတော့ရခိုင်ကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒါအထီးတွေကိုပဲကျွန်တော်တို့ဆောင်ရွက်နိုင်ခဲ့တာရှိပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒါတိရစ္ဆာန်ဆေးကုဆရာဝန်တွေပေါ့နော်ဒီပရာဟိတဆောင်ရွက်တဲ့တိရစ္ဆာန်ဆေးကုဆရာဝန်ကျွန်တော်တို့စုစည်းပြီးတော့ဒီရန်ကုန်မြို့တော်နယ်နိမိတ်ရဲ့မြို့တွင်းထောင်6မြို့နယ်မှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီရှိတဲ့လေလွန်ခွေးတွေပေါ့အဲ့ဒီကခွေးတွေကိုဖမ်းဆီးပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီမြို့ပွားထိန်းချုပ်တဲ့စင်တာပေါ့ကျွန်တော်တို့အဲ့ဒါကိုဟိုရွာသားကြီးမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဖွင့်လှစ်ပြီးတော့ဆောင်ရွက်ပါမယ်အဲ့လိုဆောင်ရွက်တဲ့ခါမှာအဲ့ရဖမ်းလာတဲ့ခွေးတွေကိုကျွန်တော်တို့မြို့ပွားထိန်းချုပ်ပဲတော့ခုနကပြောလို့ကာကွယ်ဆေးထိုးပေးမယ်ထိုးပေးပြီးတဲ့ခါမှာသူ့ကိုကျန်းမာရေးဆောင်ရှောက်မှုပြည့်သွားလို့ကောင်းတယ်ချင်းနေကောင်းတယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်မူလနေရာပြန်ပို့လို့ရတဲ့ခွေးတွေအဲ့ public area ကဟိုဒေသခံတွေကနေပြီးတော့လည်းလက်ခံနိုင်လောက်တဲ့ချင်းနေမှာရှိတဲ့ခွေးတွေကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကမူလနေရာပြန်ပို့ပေးပါမယ်
That's worked in many other countries. The problem is it takes a lot of manpower to do that with so many dogs. If we can get people working together, like YCDC, get the neighborhoods, if we had a place for dogs to recover and you know, had a relationship where, okay, we're gonna spay, neuter, vaccinate these dogs, please don't poison. And then the neighborhoods kind of help take care. And I think that is the way. We gotta work with the local people and help them to understand. and this is the method I think will work. Shelters would then be there for the really injured dogs, paralyzed dogs, dogs that really wouldn't make it on the street, and still trying to get people to adopt. If people would adopt, not shop, that'd be quite a few dogs off the street.
It seems like we may already have a solution. And if we just change our mentality from it's too late to there is still hope, we just might see some changes in the city that we call home. I'm not making this video to point out our failures in the past. I'm making it so that it can help educate the younger generation about the issue and how they can go about solving it. This crisis is bigger than any of us, and whether you're a dog lover or not, you know that this is an issue that needs to be solved. What you guys can do to help is by donating to animal shelter like Yangon Animal Shelter, Yangon Street Rescues, and many more. This will allow these organizations to continue providing food and shelter for these animals. And by sharing this video, we will be raising awareness. Because I believe that we as a community have the power to start a movement. Change is coming, and we're a part of it.
And if I can